So now that you have gone through all your major scales, you can use that knowledge that you've gained to easily, or more easily, it'll become easier the more you do it if you do this a lot. Anyway, to easily transpose tunes, so you can take them from one key and play them in another. Um, so to give you an example, one of the tunes that we used as an example, a polka called "We Won't Come Home Till Morning," which was that. And I played that in C major, using only the white keys. And I did that, I think, as a couple of our examples earlier when we were talking about the nature of keys. So if we wanted to take this and move it into a different key, knowing your scales makes that a lot easier to do. So let's just take one short phrase of this. So the opening phrase. Just that much. And the notes here are C, D, E, F, G, C, G, A, F, F, A, B, G, G, C, C. So that's what we're going to work with. And because we've been doing all these worksheets, I made up a little worksheet for you to get started on this. So let's now go to the worksheet. So now that we have that phrase worked out, how would you take that and transpose that into another key? And I want to make it clear that I just worked out this worksheet for you because we've been using worksheets, so it's sort of consistent. And I wanted you to have something where you could really easily see everything that was going on when you do this. But once you get good at transposing things, you won't need to be writing it out on worksheets. If you do a lot of transposing, if you learn your scales and do a lot of transposing, it will become second nature, and you can kind of just do it in your head. But at first, this kind of is a step-by-step way of going through it all before you have all the information really solidly in your head. Also, in Irish music, you probably won't be doing a lot of transposing, but it is good to understand how it works, because there are some situations where you will be transposing, or you might be transposing in Irish music. So we'll start here. So we're going to take the tune. We played it in C major, so I have the sheet here for C major. You want to get your sheet for C major, and then we're going to transpose it into D major because that's the key it's normally played in. So I have the sheet here for D major also. But if you wanted to, take a tune from D major and put it into like B flat major or whatever, you just get the appropriate sheets, and away you go. So the first thing we're going to do is just copy this information from these two sheets. So we'll start here. The original key is C major, and the pitches are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then the scale degrees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So that's C major. And then down here for the new key, which is going to be D major, we'll write in the same information. So the pitches of D major and the scale degrees of D major. So the pitches are D, E, F sharp. Oh, I wrote that in the wrong spot. Be very careful as you go through this to use the proper spacing of whole steps and half steps. So D, E, and then F sharp goes here. Then G, A, B, C sharp, D. And the scale degrees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So now we have the pertinent information for both keys. So we'll just take the phrase that we played over there and write the pitches out on this line, which are C, D, E, F, G, C, G, A, F, F, A, B, G, G, C, C. So we have here is
C, D, E, F, G, C, G, A, F, F, A, B, G, G, C, C. And this fits exactly on this line. That is just a coincidence. So if this had gone longer, we could have gone down to this line. You know, and this worksheet is really just for short phrases, because if you're going to be transposing a long thing, you wouldn't do it, you know, using a worksheet like this. But to do, you know, like short phrases or short tunes, you can do a few of these. You can print out as many of these worksheets as you need and do a number of them until you kind of get the hang of it. But you know, as I said, in actual practice, if you're transposing something, probably would not be using a worksheet like this. So, but the next step now is to put the scale degrees in here. So C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, C is 1 there, G again is 5, A is 6, F is 4, 2 F's in a row, 4, 4, then back to A, 6, and B is 7, G is 5, we have 2 5's in a row, G, G, and then C, C, which are both 1, but that's the big jump down from the high C to the low C. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5, 1, 1. So now, to transpose this into D, I have here we have the scale degrees first and then the pitches, because what I want you to do is take the scale degrees from up here and copy them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5, 1, 1. And then we'd simply match them up here. So in D major, the first scale degree is D, the second scale degree is E, the third scale degree is F sharp, fourth scale degree is G, fifth scale degree is A, let's see, and then the next one is 1, right? So that we go up to the D there, then back to the A, the fifth scale degree, the sixth scale degree is B, fourth scale degree is G, 2 G's in a row there, 4, 4, and then back to the B, the sixth scale degree. The seventh scale degree is C sharp, and then we go to the fifth scale degree, A, 2 A's in a row, and then D, and then jump down to D. So the pitches for this tune in D major are D, E, F sharp, G, A, D, A, B, G, G, B, C sharp, A, D, D. So now we'll go back to the piano, and I'll play it in D major. So here we are back at the piano. So we originally played the tune in C major, and I'm just going to do that one little phrase that we've been working on. So C, D, E, F, G, C, G, A, F, F, A, B, G, G, C, C. Like that, or if you use the scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5, 1, 1. And then we moved it up here to D major. So the notes now are D, E, F sharp, G, A, D, A, B, G, G, B, C sharp, A, D, D. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, D, A, B, G, G, B, C sharp, A, D, D. Like that, or using the scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5, 1, 1. And, you know, you could do, you know, any key here for the new key. I would encourage you to do this very phrase. Take this phrase, because you already have the notes for it here, and we've gone over it, and do it in a few different keys.
using this worksheet. And you can use, any other little tune that you want and try transposing that. Anything you can figure the notes out for. And I would suggest using short phrases like Mary, had a little lamb, like. Or, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And maybe even just like a phrase or two, a short phrase or two from any tune that you know the notes for and you know what key it's in. You don't have to start in C major. If you know the key it's in, you start with that key and write down the notes as they appear in that key, and then put the scale degrees on them, and then pick out your new key and just put the scale degrees and then put the notes to it. And again, I would do this a few times, just short phrases for a couple of tunes, just to kind of get a feel for it, and maybe take a tune and do it into 2 or 3 different keys, and that should be enough to help you understand the concept of how you can move from one key to another using this knowledge. And once you get to where you know what you're doing, you don't need to use like a worksheet like this. Like if we were going to take this tune, and I wanted to do it, say, in A flat major. So A flat major, I know because I've worked out the scale, is A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. So I know it's going to be those notes. And so once you have that, it's pretty easy just to kind of work the tune out. If you know which notes you're going to be using. If you didn't know which ones, it would be very confusing, because you have all 12 pitches to choose from. But if you can narrow that down to just the notes in the scale, then it becomes much, much simpler and much clearer what's going on. So that is another advantage to knowing these scales. So take this transposition worksheet and pick out a few short tunes or phrases from tunes and have fun.